Is that better? Yeah, he did, Mendy. Just caught up. Can you hear me now? Dude, look at the chat. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Used to me have contact. Is that good then? Okay. Uh, right. So I was going down the list saying hi. Oh my goodness. So the first thing I was actually saying was that my internet's been crappy, and that we might have issues with connection. That was nothing to do with why you couldn't hear me. I don't know what my audio was set up to, but the the message was going to be if there's any issues, then obviously shout at me in the chat and let me know. But as we've just established, that apparently doesn't work because I don't look at the chat. What I'll maybe do so I can have the chat over here as well. So I'll maybe have it at the bottom so as that I'm at least seeing. That was classy as well. Oh, sorry guys. Uh, right. Well, let's start that again then, shall we? So we will go down saying hi to everybody. So those of you who are good at lip reading will already have heard all this, but we're going to get through it again anyway because I'm determined. We've got Laurie Tries Life who was in first. Hello, Laurie. We've got our lovely Jilly from Little Zencron. She's asking whether to have water or wine. I mean, I think we know the answer to that question. It needs not be said. We've got Ishies here. We've got Sandra's here. And we've got lovely Mendes here. I'm paranoid now. I need to get to the bottom of the chat. Um, let's see who else have we got. We had Jackie Jacaranda, Taro Stash, who I was saying because it says howdy everyone, it sounds like it's more likely to be our beautiful Taro Sachet. Am I right? Debbie from Aquarius Owl. We've got Simon from the Hermit's Cave. Um, let's see. And that was when I caught that there was no sound. No sound, no sound, no sound. Okay. So we're back on track. We've got Zane. Zane's here. Hi Zane, how are you doing? Um, we've got Neem. And we've got lovely Elle, bless him, the Wally. Aye, all right. I made a wee mistake. I was going through being diligent and saying hi to everybody. All right. We'll see the change in his expression. Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm glad you's all got a good laugh at my expense there. Look at him chatting away, melts your heart. Can we just start again? Dr. David says, dude, look at the chat. Hi, Dr. David, how you doing? Zane has had a mildly stressful day. Anxiety's now gone, being in the new apartment. Oh, you're in your new apartment, that's right. How did it go, Zane? I think I've got to everyone now. Oh, no, chat's just jumped, so I can see I've got Kristen, I've got Regina Taro, I've got Joe. We're going upwards now. We've got lovely Candy. Hey, you, how are you doing? And Robin's here, and Antoinette as well. Right, do you know what? See, apart from that, I think we'll just say a collective hello to everyone because now I've developed. Because now I'm worried that I'm going to be I'm going to be missing important stuff. Jonathan, hi Jonathan. We've got Chris Stronglove. Chris, I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome if it's your first time. We've got Leander from Liminal Lark. I hope everybody's doing okay. What will we do? Do you know what we're going to do? See, to kind of chill out after that debacle, we're going to do a wee calm the heck down reading. So that's what we're going to do because reading cards chills me out. So we're going to pull some cards. Now you can think about this as being for the collective. You can just think about this as just, Chris is just doing his thing to take a deep breath and whatnot. Yeah, first time. Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. Thanks very much for popping in. Oh, right, okay. A wee general reading. How can Chris get it together and turn this live around. Situation. The Seven of Cups. Chris's head is up his arse. Chris is in dreamland. He's talking away to all seven cups. He doesn't realise the big issue right down at the bottom. So there's the general. What's the advice? The Nine of Swords. That's not very nice advice, is it? What have we got? I've got my crystal cheat sheet here. So the Nine of Swords is Ocean Jasper. I've not written down what that means. Nine of Swords is usually use your head, using, the positive messages that we get from it are to use your high intellectual energy, right? Which can be a really tough place to be. Quite often we associate that Nine of Swords energy as being quite negative, but if channeled in the right way, we can actually use it to move ourselves forward. And for me personally, if I'm pulling the Nine of Swords in my readings, I know that it's going to be one way or the other. It's either going to be a day where, I am very much up in my head and, stressing out about things, or it's a day where, if I'm working, I can get loads and loads done, The outcome, the High Priestess, right? Okay, well, I suppose we can't ask for any more when when we're doing a live reading cards, can we? So that's pretty good. So there's my wee chill out reading. So how is everybody? What is everybody drinking? What has everybody been doing? I can see that Brant's here. Hi Brant, how are you doing? Use your noodle, says Jackie. I know, tell me about it. I think Simon says don't lose sleep over it. Thank you, Simon. Jelly says, I say no, the universe has you covered. Nine of Swords. Before I forget, I just wanted to tell you about, so you know that, let me switch this back around. You know that I take piano lessons. My piano teacher he runs like a kind of, it's like a queer cabaret type show thing in Glasgow, where I'm from. And since the pandemic, he's obviously had to be doing them digitally. And they're doing, it's called like the I don't know if you call it a company, but the group, they're called Queer Theory. And it's, they're doing a big kind of 4-hour cabaret thing. So I wanted to tell you a bit about it. It's on Twitch. And I think it's, free to watch. I'm pretty sure it is. Whenever I've watched them before, it's kind of been free, but if you can donate, they're happy for you to donate. I've got messages for Zane saying we can't hear you. Oh, sorry guys. So the description of this, it says, so it's called Transcendence. It's just like a live stream on Twitch. It starts tomorrow at 7:30 GMT. So for EST, that's going to be 4 hours behind, so it's going to be 3:30. And it goes until 11:30 our time. It says, unite in transcending the shackles of heteronormativity and join us remotely as we consecrate the altar of Bonjour, the new home of queerdom in Glasgow. Allow us to kindle the searing fire of fabulosity in your gay hearts with performances from a staggeringly spiritual and profoundly arousing nature from some of Glasgow's finest flamers. So if you fancy popping on, then I'm going to put a link to their kind of Twitch in the chat for y'all. Post a link in it. I can, no bother. There's the link there anyway. So yeah, it should be on that Twitch account. Like I say, tomorrow 7:30 GMT. So definitely pop on. It'll be good. So yeah, I don't have any script. I don't even have anything written down. Like, literally, I've not touched my journal, which is what I normally kind of take down some bullet points in. So yeah, what is your chat, guys? Tell me what's been happening for the past week. So Debbie says, just finishing the last 20 minutes of work with all of your company. Oh, that's nice. So what does that mean? You finish at 6? No, at 5. Um, Robin says, so you're going to do a recital? No, I'm not involved in it, Robin. It's my piano teacher. And my piano teacher is part of a comedy duo called... Oh, that's terrible. It'll come back to me at some point. Um, but yeah, they're like a kind of musical comedy duo. It's quite risque. Don't know what that noise was. Um, so like they do like kind of parodies of like different songs. Oh, that's what the noise was. The door's opening. Hang on a minute. No idea how that happened. There you go. This is just going to be a great day, isn't it? Kristen, haven't been focusing well on tarot this week. Hopefully next week will be better. Do you know what, Kristen? Do you know what I say? Don't put too much pressure on yourself with that kind of stuff. Sometimes we just, we have one. I'm actually the same. I've barely pulled a card of the day this week. And that's the only kind of regular tarot thing that I do is pull a card of the day. And I've not even really been doing that. I did it oh, did it today, I think. But yeah, don't be too harsh on yourself. Just when you feel like doing it, do it. Chris says tomorrow I'm joining Kim's Zoom session at Abundant Life Tarot about the spiritual aspects of collecting decks. That'll be cool. I was just thinking there's somebody outside that window, then the door popped open, says Robin. No, I'm like one story up here. Like my flat's got 2 floors and we're on the upper floor, the first floor. So just seen Elle's comment. So yeah, there's hopefully no one out there that unless they've got like, a black leotard and suction cups and they're scaling the building. Mandy, I'm just really getting back to focus on tarot this week. We're opposites right now, Kristen. Hi, Elle says, sorry, must have left the door unlocked when I had a mooch round. Is that when you came in to steal all my tarot decks, Elle? Or am I going to find like random cards mixed in with the wrong decks and stuff like that? Is that what's going to happen? Simon saying I can see shadows. So it's a main road out there. First of all, I'm using a different webcam. I'm not using the webcam that's inbuilt into my computer. I've stolen Sandy's and it's a hell of a lot better. Although I think I'm a wee bit squinty. I'm going to fix it. Hang on. There we go. I'm using Sandy's webcam. So, yeah, why was I telling you that? Because Simon said you can see shadows. So out there is a main road, so there's cars going by. So that's the shadows that you're seeing. Damn, Gerald, that's exciting. What have I missed? Got 3 packages delivered today. That means I've added 8 decks to my collection. That's pretty exciting. Wow, 8 and a winner. See, like I've never been one for like doing, depth years, depth weeks, depth months, anything like that. But one thing I would say is when I do get multiple decks in at once, I think I would maybe need to do a bit of a jilly if I got that many in at once and maybe just open a couple at a time. Because I've noticed like at like Christmas and my birthday when I've been bought a couple, um, it's almost like it's like too much. It's like information overload, tarot deck overload. Issue says I'm sidetracked with, oh gosh, costochondritis. Riding life with pain meds, right? Okay. Oh, gosh. Are you, do you think is it kind of improving? Is it getting better? Are you hoping to be better soon, or is it just one of these things that needs to kind of run its course type thing? But I'm sorry to hear that. Jonathan got in trouble with the husband because a bunch of decks showed up back to back. Hoodoo, Tarot, Divine Masculine, Thoth Journey, Ancestral Path, and Cosmovisions box. Oh dear, Jonathan. Jonathan. One package is a Kickstarter that finally arrived and has 3 decks in it. Is that the Cosma, the Prisma Light Visions and Cosmovisions, Gerald? I know a lot of people have been getting that just now. Chris knows Tarot Deck Overload well. So Chris, since we don't know you, like tell us a bit, like what's what's your favourite decks, and what kind of stuff do you like to read with? Mendy, feeling so free right now from buying decks. I bought some last month, but I'm back to having any drive. I'm back to not having any drive to add anything else. That's pretty good. As she says, she's good. Just have to ride it out, really. It's what it is. Not moping, got to keep as positive as. Yeah, but do you know what? See, if you ever need to have a wee mope, you're amongst friends and you can mope away, because I wouldn't call it moping, to be honest with you. New decks for me. What have I been doing? Is Justin here? I thought I saw somebody saying hi, Justin. Ah, there he's there. Hi, Justin. How you doing? I have ordered the Brady Tarot at long last. I've been saying this keeps kind of going squinty. I've been saying I'm going to get the Brady Tarot for ages, for absolute ages, and I had just never really went and gotten it. Went on to Little Red Tarot. I've been like stalking it on Little Red Tarot for ages. And then I went on Sunday thinking, right, that's it, I'm getting it. And was it not like out of stock on Little Red Tarot? So I was like, thankfully I could still get it from the Brady Tarot website, but obviously that comes from America. It's actually not cost that much more, I don't think, but it's going to take a long time. Well, 3 weeks, I think, to get here. So that was a bit of a pest, but never mind. So yeah, that's I think that's really all that I've got lately. I've got some stuff. Like I've got like pre-order. I pre-ordered the Anaturian's new one, the Tarot of the Abyss. But I was talking to Justin about that today. I don't think that's coming. Does anybody know when Tarot of the Abyss is coming out, actually? Is it late spring 2020, so about June-ish or something, May, June time? Let's see. Oh, okay. Gerald says it's the Stardust tarot set that you backed. By the way, see if you're trying to get my attention and I'm ignoring you, just tag me so as it comes up orange, or put it in capitals, but tagging me is the best. And I'm kind of towards the bottom of the chat now, I think, so I should be able to catch you pretty quickly. You have a pre-order I'm waiting for, plus Rachel's deck. You can tell them, says Justin. Yeah, so Justin very kindly is gifting me the Shining Tribe Tarot, Rachel Pollock's deck that she drew and wrote the book for. So I'm extremely excited to get that because, as you all know, I'm a complete and utter Rachel fanboy. It's quite shameful, actually, but I can see V Kestrel's here. Hi V, how you doing? V, should I just be calling you V or V Kestrel? Do you have a preferred first name that you want me to use? You said morning all, lovely to see you, Chris. Seems like ages since I can make one of these. Oh, Jackie got her first Kelly Bear bag. Oh, that's exciting. What colour was it, Jackie, and what deck are you going to use it for? Jonathan is talking to Zane. Robin, I've contentedly made the transition at last from deck acquisition and walkthroughs only on my channel. I've contentedly made the transition at last from deck acquisition and walkthroughs only. So to what? What is the transition to? As she says, Marielle was the last one that I bought and was gifted Japaritza and the Golden Art Nouveau. So pretty to dive into. That's good. Tell me what you think about Marielle. I know that Malamir's just got the Marielle as well, haven't you? We were talking about that. Someone's got yarn. Jilly's got yarn. What are you going to make, Jilly? Jen's Balanced Tarot. Jen's here. How you doing, Jen? I think next month, brackets high. Oh, for Tarot of the Abyss, really? On Mendy's saying next month as well. Oh, right, okay. That's exciting. That's a lot sooner than what I thought. Kristen. Hi there, Jen. So we're saying hi to Jen. Okay, I think that was maybe an accident. I think somebody's accidentally deleted Kristen's message, but it just said hi to Jen. So not offensive in the slightest. I think somebody's thumbs just slipped. Let's see. Antoinette. Oh gosh. Right, Kristen's been timed out. What's going on here? Has Justin got us in his pocket or something and he's just timing everybody out? He says, oh shit, I'm sorry. I don't think that there's any way we can undo that, is there? Poor Kristen. She's just going to have to wait. What is it, 5 minutes? Kristen, you better watch yourself. I don't even know. Can she still? I think she can still hear me. She just can't chat in the chat. You better watch that. That Justin's got your number. He's got his beady eye on you. That's quite amusing, actually. Right, what am I missing? Antoinette said Tarot of the Abyss, the one that goes with Oracle of Echoes. I'm not 100% sure. No, I don't think so. I think Tarot of Echoes is another one that she's currently illustrating. Tarot of the Abyss is kind of black and white. It's that Anatolian art style. It's beautiful, but it's like kind of black and white and grayscale, if I'm not mistaken. Jilly's asking, has anyone backed the Stone Visconti? I've not. I noticed it on Kickstarter, but I've not. Do you know what else? Kickstarter, right? So I had backed the Sindarin tarot that Richard had mentioned on one of his lives. I think he's live 2 weeks ago. It was like well over, I think they were only looking for 1,000, a couple of thousand, and it was like in the 10,000 or something like that. So it had well met its goal in loads, many times over. But I got a message like a week ago, last weekend, saying that it was cancelled. And I'm not really sure why. They didn't give any reason or anything. So that was a bit of a gutter because it looked really nice. I don't know if maybe they just didn't have like kind of the rights to use that stuff. Jonathan says the Shining Tribe is on his why did I say tribe? The Shining Tribe is on his want list. Let's see, have I got any orange? The Marielle is one to spend some time with for sure, slowly working through it. Any more thoughts on a class? Yeah, so I have been thinking about it. I think what we'll do is because I don't want to exclude anyone, right? And it is just monthly. It's not as if it's every week. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a Zoom, maybe, I don't know, on a Thursday, not a Thursday, sorry, on a Sunday, like before Tarot Play Date. Do you know what I mean? So we're not going to clash with anything else. We're going to try and get a time that's probably weekend where where people aren't going to be working, but that isn't going to clash with any of the stuff that we already do. Something in maybe 4 p.m. my time, which would be, well, by the time we do it, it'll be back to 5 hours, so it'll be 11 a.m. Eastern. That way, like the people on the west coast of the US, it won't be way too early for them. The only thing is our friends over in like Australia and New Zealand and things like that, it's going to be a horrible hour for them. But what I do plan on doing, as well as doing a Zoom, one of my Thursday lives for the month can be a Marielle study live, whatever we want to call it. We can think about naming it at a later date, but what do we think about that? It means that the people that are quite strongly against Zoom or for YouTube lives can have the opportunity to kind of study it, and it means the people that are particularly prefer a Zoom will be able to do the Zoom. Yeah, what do we think? I wouldn't be doing that if it was like every week we were doing it, I wouldn't be doing like a 2 hour live in addition to my normal live plus a Zoom, but I think once a month it's fine. And it jumps between time zones as well as the other thing, not between time zones, but it's different times, so it means like different people will be able to make the different kind of events, if that makes sense. We talk about Kristen Louise Tarot while she's gone, says Tarot Stash. Can I not undo that, I guess? No, I don't think so. She can still hear Chris and see the chat. Gerald, so you better watch out. Poor Kristen. Tarot trainee, hi there, how you doing? I've seen your comment on my spread mini-series. At Chris, I sent Aussie Jen a big long rant about the Marielle and the cards I don't like because there are so many cards I absolutely love. So what cards do you not like, Mendy? Jelly says, wait, is Shining Tribe being re-released? No, I think it's available just now, Jelly. I don't think it's out of print or anything like that. I think you can get it. I can't. I'm not really able to get it in the UK. But thankfully I've got a big brother like Justin. I'm sure you're going to love it, and then I'll be jealous, says Jen to Little Zencrone. Mendy says, I think you're awesome at compromising. You should be a diplomat. Does that sound like an okay idea then? At Jonathan Daly, his update he posted specifically said, if you move from this point forward, you can update. Right, okay, so that's just to Jonathan, really. You put me in the corner with a Duds cap, Justin, says Kristen. Oh, she's back. Nobody puts Kristen in the corner. Justin, I think that's a good plan. You do what works for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm just facilitating. It's not just me, we're all kind of coming together and learning this together. So I kind of want everyone to be happy. I know I'm maybe being a bit of a people pleaser there, but I'd rather be a people pleaser than a people non-pleaser. Yes, please and thank you, because Marielle is my most challenging deck, says Neem. I personally think that it's great. It's really hard to plan all the people all the time. You're trying to accommodate everyone, willing to help out if I can. Thank you very much. I'll bear that in mind. Thank you, Jackie. That's really kind of you. Jackie's the Tarot Tube cheerleader. At least I didn't send a nude photo to anyone that might have killed her. Oh, thank goodness for that, Oh, there's Deanne. Hi, Deanne. How are you doing? What else have we got? Basically, about half of the weird nudity cards, it's not the nudity, it's the weirdness of them. Do you not think that the weirdness is consistent, though, with the art style? Why does this keep moving? Like, the, yeah, like it's not like inconsistent or anything. It all feels like it flows. Does that make sense? I don't know. I know it's a weird one. It's definitely a weird one, but it's just a yummy kind of weird, I think. My wee Jamie's popped in. Hi, Jamie, how you doing? Um, Tarot trainee. So you enjoyed the spread. I got new Darkness of Light deck, and that was my first spread with it. I knew the day today is going to be crazy as I pulled 7 majors, including the tower. Wow. Okay. So did you like, kind of put a particular question? Because for anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, I posted a video yesterday, was it? Um, I'm doing this kind of mini series on spreads that I use, and it's basically just a quick video to take you through different spreads that I think are really useful. Last night's was the 10 card spread that you'll have seen me use it a couple of times in the roundtable readings. It is the one from the Raven's Prophecy tarot guidebook. Um, and it's really, really good for, action-based questions. In other words, what do I need to do? This is the issue. Tell me what to do and what not to do. It's brilliant for those kind of questions. So, like, if you've got a kind of, I've got this job interview, how can I be my best self? What do I need to do to be successful? Or, going through a bit of a rough time in my relationship with my best friend just now, what is it that I need to kind of do to mend it, or just to kind of see it forward. That those kind of questions where we're talking about this is what to do, this is what not to do. So it's really good for that. So because I was asking Tarot Trainee, did you put a particular question down when you were pulling the cards, or did you just were you just trying it out? Were you just saying you were asking how to deal with a crazy day coming up? Oh, right, okay, cool. Gosh, well, the tower, I suppose, would be quite apt for that question. Eh? Justin says, no one will ever be happy, but if people... Justin's just been a protective big brother there. Don't mind him, he's really lovely, guys. I've been crafty for some upcoming videos. Everything just needs to dry before I can do the next step. Ooh, that sounds exciting and mysterious in equal levels. Okay. So we can still chat away, guys, but what I'll do is I'll put the banner on. If anyone's got a question for the cards, we can start to kind of do readings. So yeah, I suppose I can turn this. So this is a bit weird because normally I've changed everything round. Normally my camera is over here, but you're in front of me today. So you're going to see me from a different angle as I'm laying down cards and stuff. So it'll either be really good or it'll be an absolute pain in the bum. So feel free to be honest and tell me. So yeah, if you're asking a question, like it says in the thing, if you could either tag me or put it in capitals, that would be amazing. And that way I can see it. I'll start shuffling these just now whilst I'm chatting to you lovely people. Justin says, I mean that in the nicest way possible. I know you do. So Tarot Trainee, and Tarot Trainee, apologies if you've told us before, but what would you rather just be referred to as Tarot Trainee, or do you have like a preferred name or a first name or something that I can call you by? It's really up to yourself. My daughter calls the Mary L the deck of the devil. It creeps her out, says Chilly. That's funny. Getting stalked by the tower. Oh, Gerald got his Portals of Presence. Excellent, Gerald. What do you think? Are you enjoying using it? Have you kind of looked through it and stuff? Or is it, I suppose you've said you've had like 8 being delivered, so you've maybe not had much of a chance, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it. I suppose I could switch these around once I have a question. I'm Danielle. Well, Danielle, it's lovely to know your name. I was going to say meet you, but I mean, um, you've been around for a while, but it's lovely to become acquainted with you by name, Danielle. Jen says, thanks for that allowance, Jackie. Although 3 years in, I'm not sure I can keep using that excuse. Oh, I want to know what that's about. That sounds juicy and interesting. I can see I'm getting blamed for something, Deanne. You're entitled. You're catching up still. Having the opposite of a depth here, right? Okay. Ah, it's fine. You're fine. I think everything balances out. Your Jen's balanced tarot. I think we all know that there's going to be balance somewhere along the way, don't we? So Gerald has looked through it and excited to add them to your readings. That's good. I'm excited to. Are you going to do a video on it, Gerald? Does nobody have a question for my lovely? I'm using the Crystal Skulls Tarot, Jesse's tarot deck today. So if you watch my live, you'd have seen our kind of joint walkthrough of it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I did. It was great. The tarot legend Rachel Pollock herself actually came to my live. Can you believe it? So yeah, that was pretty amazing. But it was great. Just kind of Jessie's great fun. So she's such a lovely person. Dead easy to talk to. Jen says, let's hope so, given that it's pretty much my life's mission to find balance, although the scales always seem to be tipped one way or the other. I think that's the point in life, though, isn't it, Jen? Yeah, I can see Jackie's asked for a general reading. Okay, dokes, Jackie. Justin says, I was excited for you. That happened to me once and I almost died. How amazing was Justin's interview with Rachel on Friday, by the way, guys? If you haven't seen it, then please do check it out. Jen, I think you're one of the most together people that I've known. If we're talking about like being balanced, you know, you always come across as very kind of, you're someone that I would want to have around in a crisis, put it that way. So yeah. Right, a wee general reading for Jackie. Let's change the cameras around so that she can actually see her cards and not just my big ugly mug. Right, Jackie. Let me just go back to your question to see what you said. Just said general. Oh gosh. So the strengths card is the Tower, Jackie. So I mean that suggests to me that there's either been some shit going down or there's some difficult stuff up ahead. But given that it's in your strengths position, that suggests to me that you've got this, you're balanced like Jen, and you're very much able to handle the crisis. Okay, we've got all this kind of red energy going on around about the crystals. I think they're massive kind of quartz or smoky quartz crystals that we see here, and it's a smoky quartz. And the crystals in the tower are quartz, clear quartz, and I think the skulls are smoky quartz. If the tower is your strength card, the tower isn't just about things falling down around about you, life is shit, and that's it. It's about how we deal with that situation. It's about how we kind of get ourselves through it. It's about salvaging the fallen tower, so this top crystal seems to be coming down, but what are we going to do with it after? Are we just going to kind of walk away, you know, with our face trapping us and not do anything about it? No, we can, we can pick up the pieces and we can reuse them. We might not, in fact, we probably don't want to be trying to build the exact same tower, because, repeating the same patterns and constantly achieving or not achieving your goal, repeating the same patterns and expecting different results. That's something that I'm sure we're all guilty of from time to time. But it's something that we need to get ourselves out of, and this is where the change of the tower really comes in. It's being able to change your own behaviours. It's being able to kind of negotiate that change. But Jackie, you're in the best position possible to deal with this. Now you can tell me if you know what the tower, if you want to tell us if you know what the tower situation is, or if you don't know, if you want to just keep it quiet, that's fine. 10 of Wands is your weakness or your limitation card. So that suggests to me that, yeah, what, there's some stuff happening. It looks like quite a stressful time, to be honest with you. The tower's fallen down, but you're in the best position to deal with that. Don't try and do it all yourself. Please, please, please don't try and take on everything, the entire burden alone. All right. There will be there are other solutions. There will be people who will be able to help you out. Okay. 10 of Wands is basically saying, you're able to carry 10 wands, but how long can you keep that up for? That you're trying to hold on to that, all that fire energy. Actually, is there a more sensible way that we can break the task down and accept some help from other people? You know, so that's in the kind of weakness or the limitation position. What about an asset? We've got the Three of Wands, so we're kind of seeing a running theme here. We've got a couple of Wands cards come up. We've got this kind of big fire energy. Okay, so 10 of Wands, we've got a lot of fire, albeit you're maybe not using that fire in the most, productive way. And in the best way for yourself. You're maybe doing that kind of, if I want it done right, I need to do it myself type thing. The Three of Wands is your asset, so that is the energy. Is this ability to, navigate that change, that that energy that you've got to pour into the situation. That is your asset. But again, what I want to say is just make sure that you're using that wisely. The tiger's eye in the crystal here, and I'm not really showing you the cards, am I? The tiger's eye that we see in the crystal here is all about that. It's the balance between, I think it's like bringing that kind of um, that spiritual self, that spiritual awareness, that basically that spirit element into physical being. You know, so fire for me is all about our legacy, our purpose, the things that we do that we're going to remember and that are going to have a lasting impact. And the element of spirit, if we want to talk about, if we think about the majors as being the element of spirit, that's all about, the collective. It's all about the bigger world. And you might see it as you might believe in one god, many gods. You might believe in something else entirely. And that all plays into it. It's basically all the kind of how the world is all kind of interconnected and acts as one. And your connection to that spirit, to that collective unconscious, that is your fire. That's the gift. That's the kind of fire that's been injected that kind of gets you going, that starts you off. So your three is your action, your ability to actually use that fire. That's your asset, your opportunity. God, we've got another Wands card. We've got the Seven of Wands this time. Let me just show you. So again, there's a hell of a lot of fire going on here. We've got the Ten of Wands, we've got the Seven of Wands. There seems to be some sort of conflict that we're really kind of seriously picking up on here. You've absolutely got it. You've got the capacity to deal with it, but just make sure that you take any help that's going. Don't try and take it all on yourself, or you'll burn yourself out essentially. Okay. Alrighty. Where were we? So Gerald was saying he'll do a video. Cool, the chat's not moved that much since. So V Kestrel says, I always go blank when an opportunity comes up to ask a question. Yeah, I'm the same, to be honest with you. I always struggle to think about what to ask. Oh, thanks for saying that, Justin. Debbie at Aquarius Owl says, today marks 17 years since my mum's passing. So obviously she's on my mind. Is there anything that she would like me to be aware of? Let's have a wee look and see. Okay. So we've got the strength card here for you, Debbie. This strength card really strength for me is about having confidence. It's about being confident in yourself. Okay. Um, those kind of doubts that we all naturally have that hold us back. Now is a time to let go of those doubts. If there's something that you've been kind of wanting to do, put yourself out there, or just, a particular project that you've been wanting to start or something like that. Oh, Jackie, your messages have just come through. Um, if there's something you've been wanting to do that basically puts yourself out there that you're unsure about, you're questioning yourself, and you've got those doubts, then have that self-confidence. This is all about you know that fire that's within us. That real Leo energy, that self-confidence, that trust in yourself. Sometimes the fire can get a bit too much, and we can come across as being well, when the Leo energy and the fire gets too much, sometimes you come across as a bit overbearing. But then if you push it down too much, too much below the surface, it has the opposite effect. It affects your self-confidence and stuff. So it's all about kind of taming that energy and learning to be one with that energy. So essentially what we're saying is about confidence, right? There's something you've been wanting to do. We've got the Seven of Wands coming up again. All right. Is somebody fighting you on something? Are you coming up against an obstacle of some sort? Are you doubting that you have this Seven of Wands high ground? Because the message for me here coming up is saying, Debbie, you know you're great at this. You know you've got this. Have confidence in yourself. You have the high ground. It might feel as though you're kind of, you know, the odds are against you, but they're absolutely not. Don't lose sight of that, that platform that you've got and that strength that you've got. Interest. Do we know what Seven of Wands? I'm just looking to see if I can see what the stone in the Seven of Wands is. Seven of Wands. Oh, this is this Christoprase. So Christoprase is it's actually a really good stone for if you're feeling down. It says here it's a kind of antidepressant type effect. It promotes optimism and joy. All right. So to just continue on from that message, have confidence in yourself. Okay. And just give yourself that freedom to have those happy feelings. All right. Even when you've got a big task ahead, when you've got something that you need to do and you feel as though it's really kind of bearing on you. Give yourself that permission to just have that chill time, have that break, and just be quite content in yourself every now and then. Okay. And we've got a beautiful Queen of Pentacles here, coming up at the end there. So the Queen of Pentacles is a very kind of mother type energy. It's the mama bear, The Queen of Pentacles will shower you with love when you need it. She'll tell you you're amazing. She'll build you up. Equally, she'll be, when you need a telling off, you need talking to, we need brought down a peg or two. She'll, you know, she'll be the one to do that. She appreciates, like all of the queens really, but particularly the Earth Queen, she appreciates that circle of life. She appreciates that things need to be nurtured in order to grow, but equally they need to be kind of preened. So yeah, that expression was um, today I'm handing out lollipops and ass whippings, and I'm all out of lollipops. Springs to mind when I look at the Queen of Pentacles. So I don't know if that's the kind of energy that you would associate with your mum, if that's just her popping up to say, I'm here, or if these are qualities that she wants you to kind of bring out in yourself. All right, I'll let you decide on that one, Debbie. But I hope that was okay for you. And yeah, I hope that you're just generally having an okay day. I know it must be difficult for you. Okay, so Jackie, you said something about your reading, didn't you? Planning to sell house, needs work. Think this relates. Oh, you're very welcome. You'll need to get Elle up out of bed if you're wanting to sell the house, won't you? Just imagine Elle like walking out with her toaster under her arm. Kristen, what might the warm months hold for my tarot reading or channel development? Perhaps in relation to my focus issues. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so we've got the Four of Cups coming up there, Kristen. Has there maybe been a feeling of things, maybe you're starting to feel unsure of yourself, or you're maybe starting to just not feel as excited by it as when you first started? Just this idea of kind of being a bit turned off by it. You expected more from it. You expected it to be more invigorating, and you expected to be more energized by it, and you're just feeling a wee bit disappointed by how things are. I'm taking it that's the way it is, based on your question. So let's see, what is the advice? The advice is the Six of Cups. All right, Six of Cups. So go back, think about your purpose, think about what you wanted to achieve and what you wanted to do when you started putting this together. Thank you. What was your overall goal? Go back to the drawing board. So when you started, did you do a mind map? Did you brainstorm? What was it you were? Jackie was saying ones, not ones, not ones. What were you wanting to achieve? All right, first principles, and just having just look at that mind map situation again with fresh eyes, okay? Because you might look at it differently. We always kind of, now that you've got knowledge of what it's like to be putting content out there, to have your channel and all that kind of thing, you're in a completely different mindset than what you were when you hadn't done it before and when you started. So even just like kind of however many months you are in, going back just now and saying, right, if I was starting again, would I do it the exact same way? What would I do differently? Okay, right, see those things that I can do differently? Are these things that I can change right now? Oh yeah, well actually I can change that. There's no reason for me to keep doing that. So just approach it that way, just kind of take it back. Now it's not saying like I'm not saying do one of these kind of delete all your content and try to start from scratch thing, because yeah, I mean, this isn't looking back on the past with shame or anything like that. This is looking back with pride, you know, pride about what you've done. Um, you're probably fed up hearing me saying this, but I think your channel's absolutely amazing. I think you bring a real kind of intellect to the walkthroughs and the content that you put out there. As do, I'm not saying other people don't, but I really just enjoy the way that you put information across. You have this ability to turn subjects that for me would otherwise be boring and would put me to sleep. You make them interesting for me. All right. So definitely be proud as you're looking back, but there's no harm in looking back and just thinking, right, okay, well, you know, this is it based. This is what I know now, and this is how I see the situation. Is there things that I can do a bit differently? What's the outcome? You've got the Fool there. So definitely, I mean, you've green serpentine is your stone there. It's, this freshness, this growth. You can expect real growth to come out of this. Um, maybe a bit of a different direction. Okay. So maybe this looking back, this brainstorming, and just trying to find this kind of more positive attitude about it again is going to take you in a slightly different direction. All right. And it's going to inject this freshness, this energy into it that you're maybe looking for. So you can tell us whether that relates to your channel, or I know when I was talking there, I was quite focused on the channel, but you can tell us whether that relates to the channel or the reading or both, or if it resonates or if it doesn't. I hope that was helpful. Okay. So Justin says, very smart person. I always like your walkthroughs, Kristen Louise. So there you go. Okay, Justin, can you do a reading on the Three of Wands and why it keeps popping up in my readings? Okay. Why does the Three of Wands keep popping up for Justin? What does it have to tell him? I'll do this a wee bit differently. I'm going to do a robin here, and I'm going to find the Three of Wands and pull the two cards on either side of it. So let's just think about Justin. Okay. So it's a big tiger's eye in the Three of Wands. I may as well show you what I'm doing. So I'm just going through and I'm finding the Three of Wands. And we're going to take the cards on either side of it, and we're going to see what the hell this Three of Wands is trying to tell him. It's got to be the last blooming one, isn't it? No, it's not. We're going past it. No, that's it. So you've got the sun coming out there, Justin, and you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So the sun, we see both amber, or what is it, reconstituted amber, and the globe, and the sphere, and in the skull itself. All right, and this amber, it's a stone that alleviates stress and anxiety and depression, and it boosts your energy. All right. Now, when I was talking about the Three of Wands earlier on for Jackie, it is this kind of injection of energy into the situation. The three is where shit becomes real. It's where things actually start taking place. One, Ace and Two for me are kind of more planning type. Not really very much is actually happening, but in the three, that's when stuff starts to happen. All right, so there's this boost of energy into the situation. Eight of Pentacles suggesting it might be about your working situation. All right, or Wands is can be about work, but more than work, like purpose. What is my purpose here? Now, I know you've been kind of looking at a couple of different things that you're doing at the moment, Justin. Um, so, so if I was just reading these, what would I be saying? I think it's just about, so the Eight of Pentacles, we've got to that stage where things are stable, the work is churning out, and we're kind of on a roll with it. We've got some momentum going. Okay, the the sun wants to inject this energy into the situation where it gets you moving. The Three of Wands kind of looks as though they're stationary and just looking at the golden wool or the sunrise here. Okay, so it's trying to inject this energy into the situation and just get things moving. So I think what it's saying is move your arse, essentially. That's the message of the Three of Wands for you. It's just get moving, get some burning energy. Get to the gym. I know how much that's good for your, you know, all round health, physical and mental, Justin. So get to the gym, um, get doing things, get the ball rolling, get the wheels turning, that kind of thing. I think that's what it's trying to tell you. All right. So this energy that it injects, that's what it's wanting you to focus on. It's wanting you to focus on actually getting moving. So I hope that makes sense. Spirit Healing Tarot, thank you very much. That's a lovely message. Thank you. I appreciate that. Justin says, yes, sir. Thanks, Chris. You're very, very welcome. Okay, Mendy's running for dinner. Enjoy your dinner, Mendy. I know I'm miles behind though. Sue was popping in to say hello. Hi, Sue. How are you doing? Sorry I didn't catch you earlier. Those cards made me smile. I'm glad, baby. I'm glad. You said your mum was the strongest woman that you know. She became a widow at 34 with 7 kids to raise. Maybe us kids were those 7 ones. Maybe. Maybe connect with your siblings is maybe a message that you could take from that. Kristen relates to the channel. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Thank you, Justin. I think he deserved that though. I think you should have kept it at Justin after he blocked you for 5 minutes, eh? Jilly's supper's ready. She has to go. Thanks very much for popping in, Jilly. It's always lovely to see you. Justin. Everyone's saying Justin now. Thanks, Kristen. Justin says you're all making me hungry because they're all talking about going for their dinner. Alex still live. Yes, Alex, and I'm doing readings. So if you want a wee reading, if you've got a wee question for me, then feel free to post it either in caps or tag me. Because I don't think I've got any more questions at the moment, do I? We're on 10:05. I mean, if he's fed up with me, I can head off. I sometimes wonder if I don't know, if I'm better doing a separate readings live, Of course, that would entail having to find a space for doing a separate readings live, which is something that I'm not sure if I can be bothered with. But yeah, I don't know. Kristen says people ask a question. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Joe says now to do the census. I'm just eating Thai food. It's lovely. What are you eating, Joe? I'll take a general reading. What do you see that I'm not seeing in my own cards? Right, what is Alex not seeing in his own cards? right? So Alex, when I do a general, it's a 4-card spread, okay? So the first card is your strengths. I thought that was the 3 of wands there again. I was going to say, it really does keep coming up, doesn't it? But we don't. We have the 2 of wands. All right, so your strength, the 2 of wands. For me, the 2 of wands is very much about planning things out. You know, it's about, so we've had the ace where we're motivated and we're inspired to actually do something. The 2 is where you're actually planning out what it is that you're wanting to do. Okay, you're planning the way ahead. Before we take those steps out the door, we're looking at the map to see, what direction we're going in. What's the, what's the route. So it's that planning. Now we've got Ruby and the stone, and that connects to the base chakra. It's all about, your, feeling stable. All right. So I've lost that. Promotes self-confidence and clear-mindedness. Okay. So that self-confidence and that clear-mindedness that we need in order to kind of transition between the 2 stage, which is the kind of planning and actually moving, taking steps out the door, actually get started on that journey. Okay. So that's a real strength for you. It says that you're a real good planner. Now, this isn't in that card, but I know that I'm pretty good at planning, Alex. And when somebody's good at planning, or for me anyway, I know I'm good at planning. I'm sometimes too good at planning. Sometimes I enjoy planning just a wee bit too much. I'll spend more time doing the lists and color coding things and make them all pretty than what I will actually doing the work, actually making shit real, actually making a difference. Does that does that resonate with you? Just a thought. Damn, 7 of wands again. Jeez, oh. 7 of wands is your weakness. So when questioned, if you've got like kind of people coming at you and you're outnumbered, you've got forces coming against you, do you sometimes have a tendency to kind of to back down and say, right, okay, well, this isn't worth it, I'm just going to move on? Actually, what I want to tell you, Alex, is, do you know what? No, because you've got it. The 7 of wands is a position of strength. It's at its core, it's a victory card. It's telling you that you've got what it takes to overcome this challenge. And that's exactly what it is. It is a challenge. So 7s, we're looking at growth from stability. We're looking at situations that push us outside our comfort zone. Okay. It's a kind of a think outside the box type situation. And you maybe struggle a wee bit and sticking by yourself when you find yourself in that situation. You seem to be a lot more comfortable in this kind of safety of the 2 rather than this kind of raw exposed phase of the 7. All right. But like I say, the message and the 7 of wands is always very much for me being about, um, being confident in yourself because you've got it. An asset that you've got is the people around about you. We've got the 3 of cups. All right. So I believe what we have here is brown jasper, yellow jasper, and tiger's eye. But if you look at the kind of, the what this creates, it almost looks as though these 2 are coming together to make something. This is almost like an amalgamation of the 2. All right. So you've got people around about you that are going to help you in this situation, Alex. They're going to help you. They're going to bring something to the table that you wouldn't otherwise have. All right. Um, the 3, we were saying there, you might feel a wee bit more comfortable in this 2 stage than what you do in the kind of more putting yourself out there stage. But the 3 is saying that you've got it. We've got a 3 there, right? So the 3 is putting yourself out there. It is that kind of, dealing with that raw energy of the suit. Now, I know that we've changed from wands to cups. Maybe you feel a wee bit more comfortable dealing with people than committing yourself to something that that's possibly going to be one of the most important things that you feel that you do, that you feel as your legacy, that's your potentially your purpose. Maybe you find it quite difficult to commit there, but you've definitely got what it takes. An opportunity. Got temperance. My favourite card, eh? So it's just finding this balance, right? Temperance is all about finding the balance that's right for you. All right. Don't look to other people. Don't look and see what they've done. Based on the conversation that we had in your life, Alex, you don't strike me as the type of person who just goes along with the crowd. You strike me as someone who very much is confident in yourself and wants to do your own thing. Might need a wee bit of a reminder that that you've got this and that you've got what it takes. But you know, temperance is all about finding the balance that's right for you. And temperance tells you, do you know what? Your balance might be different from the guy next to you, and that's okay. Just discover yourself. It's a bit of a self-discovery type. And temperance can come after a rough time. Temperance comes after the death card. So it's all about finding that balance through what's potentially a challenging situation. But like I've said all along, you've got this. You can do it. Like you've got what it takes. Um, let's have a wee look. I didn't do this earlier on for Jackie. Sorry, Jackie, I forgot. But the personality of the overall readings, we've got 7 and 2 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 14 is 26. 26. Put them together and we get 8. so, um, so for me, that's strength, self-confidence, believe in yourself. You've got what it takes. Um, you know. So yeah, go for it. Whatever this is, whatever this challenge is, go for it, Alex. Hopefully that resonated and was helpful. And you can let me know. So you've said over planning rather than doing the work. I can see that being a problem. Yeah, that's me as well. Like I said, I'm terrible for it. I have to say though, this week and last week I've been quite good at just like kind of, just being strict with myself and actually getting the work done. But oh, what is that? I think he's put sugar in my tea. Sorry. Anyway, um, but yeah, in general, that's something that I need to work on constantly. Okay, so I've got a question from Ashley. Let me just make sure there was nothing before that. Nope. Never fed. Oh, thank you, Simon. How are you doing today, Simon? You all right? I'm conscious I've not spoken to you to see how your day was. So Ashley says, Chris, if you can tap into something from a past life for me, please. Right, okay. We'll see what the cards say. So what should we do here? So we'll do a wee 3 card. We'll do basically, who were you in the past life? Who were you in your past life? What can we use? So the positive aspects from that we basically want to take on and use to further yourself in this life, and some maybe the flip side. What is something that we maybe want to leave behind in that life and not take it forward. Does that sound okay? Okay-ish. So who were you? Oh, the moon. Lots of subconscious energy here, right? If we look at the moon, we've got the clear quartz globe, and we're surrounded by these not Amazonite, as Jesse calls them, skulls. And I think we've got the kind of quartz skulls down at the bottom and stuff. So this is all about navigating those difficult zones, those places where we're out. I feel as though I'm using that phrase to death tonight. Outside your comfort zone. Feel as though you're in the twilight zone. It's almost like you're in some kind of weird dream where things just, something's not right, but you can't quite put your finger on. You can imagine if you're perceiving things through this globe, they're all going to look, way ski whiff is a phrase that I would use. Maybe that's a Scottish thing though, but really warped. You're not going to see anything as it is. All right. Um, why is that coming up for you as to who you were? I don't know. Maybe you were someone who's quite strongly, used this in touch with your unconscious. All right. So the kind of work that you're doing right now, the kind of stuff that that you absolutely excel at, in my opinion, from what I've kind of heard and seen of you, um, maybe you were kind of in touch with that stuff in a previous life-ish. Um, so some of the positive aspects. So Two of Pentacles, it's about balance. It's about being able to do more than one thing at once. It's about being able to balance your material life and, everything else essentially, you know. So finding this balance between the two. Um, what we're maybe looking at here is looking at both sides of the coin, looking at the kind of past self and the current self, and being able to kind of amalgamate the two, find that healthy balance, you know, not let too much of one kind of overtake you. But like I was kind of saying with Alex with that temperance card, it's about finding that healthy balance for you. One message that I always like to give with the Two of Pentacles, you know, think about what you're taking on, right? And be selective about what you're taking on. Don't try and do too much. There's nothing wrong with kind of try everything once. Um, as well, trying most things once, I guess. Um, but don't take on too much. Don't commit to too much more than what you can handle. All right. Um, and then we've got the eight of. So it's funny, isn't it? Because the moon was the kind of the theme of the past life, and then we've got these Pentacles cards coming up as the kind of the positives and the negatives. All right. Um, it's funny because to me this would be almost more of a negative card than what this is generally, as I tend to read tarot. So what is the Eight of Pentacles saying to you? What do you maybe want to? I mean, I suppose Eight of Pentacles, it does talk about having that stability and just things are almost on autopilot. But what that can sometimes lead to is this staleness. It's this kind of thing where you're just doing the same thing over and over again and churning out the same thing. Maybe you want to change it up a bit. Gosh, it really doesn't relate to that moon card though, does it? Maybe at some point it's just going to hit me. What do they add up to? We've got 18, 20, 28, 8 and 9. 28, 8 and 2 is 10. Wheel of Fortune. So navigate and change. That's a funny one, actually. That's a thinker. I'm going to have to think about that if I'm honest with you. What about the skulls? Do the skulls have anything to tell us? People grow in the dark. So green aventurine promotes luck and opportunity. And the Two of Pentacles is yellow jasper. I've not written what that means. That's helpful. Okay. I think we'll maybe have a wee think about that. If you remember what those cards are, actually, we'll have a wee chat about what they might mean. Unless you've got any suggestions for me. Because can I get a close up on the Two of Pentacles? Of course you can. I'll give you a close up on all of them. So we've got the moon. We've got the Two of Pentacles. It's interesting, this Two of Pentacles seems to be looking down into this blue yarn. Blue yarn I would normally associate with like kind of water energy. The element of water. So I mean, I suppose it's being able to kind of look past the material things in life. These things that everyday life, you're constantly trying to balance and look to that water element, look to that kind of almost that unconscious zone. Um, and then in this one, we seem to be ignoring the blue yarn and we're looking towards the green. So maybe, maybe what this is saying is that in the past, there's been this kind of strong connection to the unconscious, you know. Now you can think about that. We all use different words for these things. Some people might say psychic, some people might say, whatever you want to call it. There is this strong kind of spiritual connection with the moon. The positives that we're wanting to take, it's looking past the mundanity of everyday life, these everyday things that we need to balance and to get us through our life. Not drop them altogether. They're still there and they're still in the peripheral vision, but it's being able to kind of look past them and kind of just develop yourself, concentrate on this that's obviously so important to you. Don't ignore it. Don't kind of take yourself out of it altogether into this kind of everyday life stuff where you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over. It's not stimulating you, it's not getting you anywhere. Yeah, it might be providing the security, but we need to have that balance between the things that are important to us, that make us happy, that our heart is in, and the blue, the emotional connection, So as Kristen said, I get the sense that the karmic wound is that you had to work so hard that you turned your back on your spiritual gifts. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I was going with it as well. I see the eight as release. I see how the eight as a release thing works. Let go of perfectionism and self-judgment and how important others' judgment isn't. Yep, absolutely. Isn't all that. It makes some sense to me, Chris. Okay, that's good. Not just the past there. Paying the bills is great, but definitely feels proper muggle at the moment. So just, we all need to have our muggle lives. It would be great if we could just, if Sandy could become a millionaire and I would be a kept person and I could just retire and, just read tarot cards all day and buy loads. But we all need to have our muggle lives, generally speaking. But it's getting that balance, isn't it? It's achieving that balance between the two and not sacrificing one at the expense of the other. Justin says Stephen just asked me what kind of music you listen to and if you like Little Mix. Yep, I'm going to say it with no shame. I do like Little Mix. I like also what Little Mix songs do I like? I actually think Little Mix are really good. It's kind of one of those ones that's really, really cheesy. And I don't want to like them, but every time they are just like I love it. So yeah, Zane loves Little Mix too. I know that question wasn't for me, but oh well. We all love Little Mix. Alex says directionality, the skull and the eight is looking away from the two, and at the pile of work in front of him, focused on work, ignoring balance with spirit. So that fits with what Kristen said. I think we are kind of all on the same page. I think this reading just challenged me a bit more. I seem to find that with past life stuff. So I do. It's not something that I've been asked about very often, but anytime somebody's asked me to read for like kind of past life stuff, I always kind of struggle with it, and I don't know if it's because, you know, I'm not sure what I believe in. and therefore by extension, I'm not sure if I believe that I have a past life or I don't or whatever. I don't know if it's that that's just kind of that's manifesting itself in the readings that I do. It's definitely something I can that I can work on, but yeah. Okay, I think we have. He said they are not cheesy. They're a pop band, they're a girl band pop group. They are cheesy. Um, Stephen and Zayn would get along. No wrong with Little Mix. Alex says, "Who the fuck is Little Mix?" Alex trying to save face there. Really, in actual fact, Alex is currently dancing about to some Little Mix song. Alex, look up Shout Out to My Ex. Go on to Spotify right now and put on Shout Out to My Ex, and I want you to listen to the whole song. And don't be ashamed to dance your wee heart out. He says, right, I was about to look them up too, but that would have tainted my YouTube feed. You better look them up. Do you know what song I've really been enjoying? Not going to happen, Chris. We shall see. Do you know what song I've really been enjoying? Has anyone seen the Sonic film where Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik? I am loving the the song that he does his wee dance to. I think it's called Where Evil Grows. It is absolutely brilliant. And the more I listen to it, the more I like it. It's really grown on. I think it's an old song. It's by a group called, oh gosh, is it the Poppy Family or something it's called? Um, Justin says, Alex is the only straight man in Taroland. Leave him alone. He has it hard enough. uh, hey, you don't need to be queer to listen to Little Mix. I beg your pardon. Um, Alex, come on, it's one song. Go listen to Shout Out to My Ex by Little Mix and come back and let us know what you think. Alex and Will from Atypical Tarot, only straight men in all of tarot, I swear. I saw Gerald, did you say you didn't know who Little Mix were either? Did I see Malamir? She says, yeah, you're still going. Hey Malamir, how you doing? Oh dear. Justin, what are those faces for? The wee crossy out eyes ones. Right, guys, what time are we on? We're on 10:30. Kristen, all right, come on, you're just ganging up on me now. Ugh, Justin, tell Stephen to come in. Stephen, if you're listening. Jackie's posting links. Gerald's listening. Gerald, you're going to love them a bit. They're really good. Anyway, we're at 10:30. Unless there's any more questions, we can probably look to wrap things up. Justin's dying laughing. Tell Stephen to get his arse in here. I need more Little Mix fans. Zane, where have you gone? You've abandoned me. Abandoned me. I will get you, Alex. I'll get you at some point. I'm going to wait until you're least expecting it, and then I'm going to post a link, and I'm going to tell you it's something else. He's too busy listening to Little Mix. Right, okay. Shall we call it an evening there then, guys? And I'll maybe actually get to bed at a decent hour. Alex says, I fucking love you all. You sound like Jelly. Jelly says, I fucking love this group. Sashi loves them. Excellent. Converted somebody at least. That'll do for tonight. Right, guys. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening or the rest of your day, depending on what time it is. Alex, I think you're 7 hours behind me, aren't you? So 3 p.m. 3 p.m. for you, or 3:30. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. On Saturday, I am live with Jilly. Me and Jilly are going to be doing readings on Saturday. So please do tune in and come equipped with questions, lots of questions that we can read. Um, and yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm looking forward to chatting to you all over the weekend, but um, yeah, hope you have a good one. Take care, everyone, and see you later.